Peter, good afternoon, and welcome to the show. And it's great to speak to you after a really long time. What do you make of the commentary that's coming out of China? They're urging a dialogue with the USA to resolve trade disputes. However, they're saying that they will fight to the end in the white paper.
Yeah, wonderful to join you on the show, and there is no doubt that it's going to be a very open dialogue between both parties, and I'm not sure how it plays out because it's very much a work in progress to get us to that point as far as where China moves forward and whether there's going to be any compromise from President Trump.
Right. Peter, how open do you think is Donald Trump going to be in order to go ahead with this dialogue, number one? And two, along with the dialogue, do you think it will come to a settlement? Because both of them are going to be at loggerheads.
Yeah, very much so. I think that's where it's at from a loggerhead perspective. I don't think that there's going to be any compromise from President Trump. From what I'm reading, what I understand as far as his market rhetoric, and he is dug in there. He is not going to negotiate unless China really comes back, and it's a level of brinkmanship. And this is very much Trump out of the deal. And he's not prepared to, I think, take a backward step at the moment. So this is where it's going to get very dynamic and very interesting over the next probably 24 to 72 hours and how that plays into the market as far as volatility and market sentiment.
So, Peter, clearly, China has said that they're open to negotiations. However, they have not announced any rollback of the 34% retaliatory tariffs that were announced last Friday, which actually come into effect from the 10th of April. And if you talk about China, they're facing almost 104% tariff, which includes the additional 50% that was announced by Donald Trump last week. If this continues, who would be the beneficiary out of this, according to you?
I think it's got to be America, because he is going to force manufacturing, well, this is his ultimate strategy, to force, unless China is prepared to renegotiate on everything, he's going to force manufacturing back home to America that has been based in China, and this is his strategic push. I listened to the likes of Treasury Secretary Scott Bessent, Commerce Secretary Howard Lutnick, and President Trump, and this is the whole mantra that they're discussing. So that's what I'm viewing, and that's what I'm taking on board from a perspective as far as statesmanship and brinkmanship in these geopolitical discussions.
Yeah, and where are you seeing India placed in this?
Well, I think that there's no doubt India's got a far greater relationship with the US than what China has, and I think that Prime Minister Modi is going to be very engaged with the US and certainly with President Trump. He's got a wonderful relationship, and I think that it's just very much a work in progress. So I think it's too early to call, but I don't think it's anything like the Chinese situation, and we've just got to see how it eventuates very much over this second quarter.